Hey, it's Lisa, and I'm on a mission to help women stop budgeting, build wealth, and spend guilt-free. Today, I want to talk about 7 proven steps that you can build financial success with. These are proven because I've been coaching my clients for years with these steps. They have more money, they feel more confident, and I want that for you too. All right, so these 7 steps are going to set you up for success to stop budgeting today and create even more financial success than you ever thought possible. These are the 7 steps that I teach in my Stop Budgeting course. These are the 7 steps that are going to get you on your way to feeling like you have more money. Whether or not you change your actual situation, you don't have to go make more money. You don't have to change your lifestyle. I think it's possible using these 7 steps for you to unlock even more money right here, right now, and also feel like you are going to be more financially successful. So I'm going to talk to you about how to set up a new system, how to stop budgeting, and how you can have financial success right here, right now. Let's get started. The first step is I want you to be able to answer the question, what do I make, spend, and keep every single month? The truth is that for every client that I start working with or have worked with over the last 10 years, they cannot simply answer this question. And this is where it all starts. This is where the magic unlocks. So you need to go back and look at and answer the question, what do I make? Net income. If you don't know the difference, your net income is the money that lands in your account after you've been paid. Now, if you're a business owner, that's a little different. So right now I'm just talking specifically to you who's a W-2 employee. Your net income is what lands in your account after you've been paid. So taxes have been taken out, your 401k is taken out. What is that number month after month? Paycheck to paycheck cycles happen because you're not really clear on this number to get started. You're maybe thinking about your money about paycheck to paycheck, what every paycheck is. So let's blow it out and start with that question. Next is, what are you spending? This is not the same as what do you have to spend, but what are you actually spending every single month? And that's broken out into 2 categories. So that's the second step. Know what you make, first step. Second step is break out your spending into 2 categories. The first one is your bills. The most disempowering conversation that I see in my clients across the board and all over social media is that you don't see your bills as an actual choice. This number here may even make you feel like you're broke because after this number, your bills, aka fixed expenses, leave you feeling like you have nothing. But the truth is that even the money that you're spending on bills, you have a choice about, and you need to get a handle on that number right now. So take the spending money, take your, in your brain, break it up into 2 different categories. The first category are your fixed expenses, meaning if I didn't pay these things every single month, there's going to be a consequence. If I don't pay rent, I'll get evicted. If I don't pay the mortgage, there will be late fees tacked onto that, eventually even more negative consequences, right? And then you've got your things like your power bill, gas bill, auto insurance, those things that run every single month. If you're looking for a good tool to help you get a handle on those things, first of all, you could audit your statements, your bank statements, to understand what that is. There's something called Rocket Money, and it connects to your bank accounts and it'll do that audit for you. There's lots of really cool tools that you can use to do that audit. So you got to know what your bills are every single month. So there's the first step, knowing what you make. The second step, knowing what your bills are. And along with that, in the second step, in the spending category, is then what's left what you have to spend after your bills are paid every single month. This is going to require you to blow it out and really look at the big picture month to month versus just looking after each paycheck what you have left. So once you know what you make, then you know what you spend in bills every single month. There's a number that comes right after that, and that's your spending money. That's it. That's what you have to spend after your paycheck comes in and after your bills are paid. When you look at it on a month-to-month basis, that number could feel like you have or look like you have a lot more because you're giving yourself perspective that after your bills are paid, you actually have money to spend, which you do more than likely have money to spend. Again, living paycheck to paycheck, you may not feel that way, but even my high income earners, this is an eye-opening experience to know after their bills are paid, there is money left over, and now it's a matter of what do I do with it. Before we go further in that conversation, what I want you to think about is the third step, which is really, really important to giving you clarity on where your money's going so that you can have control of it moving forward. So step one, know what you make, spend, and keep. This is leading you into know that whole process. Step two, audit your finances, what's left after bills. And then the third step is track back the last 90 days. This is a really powerful exercise. If you have the courage to actually look at your money and know what's happened the last 90 days using that formula, what do I make, spend, and keep? This third step is going to help you so much understand the actual trends that you have in the way that you spend your money and organize your money. You may not want to look at it, but I promise you, if you have the courage to go back and look and see what actually went out over the course of 90 days, it's so powerful because then you can start to see the rhythm and the flow of your money. You can see the patterns, and it's going to help you set yourself up for what's coming next. And that's step 4. Stop budgeting. I said it. You don't need a budget. You might think you do because the finance industry is really good at telling you that you should have a budget. For me, the alternative to a budget is to actually have clarity on how you're going to spend your money after your bills get paid. I was on a podcast interview last week, and she's like, all right, devil's advocate, isn't that budgeting? Not really, because what I want you to do is take all of that money, and that's step number 5, and tell your cash where to go. You don't have to have every penny of your money allocated into a certain category. Traditional budgets are going to tell you to do this. Instead of what I'm suggesting, they're going to tell you to put $200 every single paycheck or whatever, take $200, $300 and allocate that toward groceries. And then take another $100 and allocate that toward gas. These are arbitrary numbers, of course, but you get the point. And then you're going to take $50 and you're going to allocate that for fun. And after a while, you have so many different categories that you're trying to track toward. It's really hard to know if you're going to be successful or not. And you actually have no way of knowing, other than a budgeting sheet or budgeting app in your actual money, what is where. So instead of budgeting and trying to align into those different categories, here's this most simple thing that you can do to stop budgeting right now. Step number 5 is tell your cash where to go. All you need to do is take the amount of money that you have after bills go out each paycheck and put it into a spending account. The difference is then, let's just say that you've got $500 in between paychecks to spend. And then you get to choose how you want to spend that. I'm not going to tell you where it goes. You need food. You need transportation, whether that's gas or bus or Ubers. And then after that, that's the freedom that comes with having a spending account. You get to know in between paychecks, or in my household, we do it every single week. Every single week, we know what we're going to have to spend. And then we're just using that money, tracking it toward the next pay cycle whenever that account gets replenished. And it feels so much different than budgeting into different categories. This is the freedom. This is the step that sets you up for ultimate financial success. So tell your cash where to go. It doesn't tell you where to go. There's no arbitrary number or system that's telling you have to spend a certain amount in a certain category. Some weeks you might spend more on groceries, which leaves you a little less for entertainment. Some weeks you don't need so many groceries, which leaves you a little more for entertainment or all the things that you want to do in your life. When you think about your money in this way, what this also gives you the ability to do is, in any moment, open up your banking app and see your spending account and know exactly what you have to spend in the amount of time that you have to spend it before money goes back into that account. It's so much easier. I just gave a talk last week to a group, and I taught this system, and they all felt relief. They all felt relaxed, and they all felt that they were going to be able to achieve more financial success by just moving their money in this direction. Once you have your cash in a spending account. It's going to take a little time to figure this out and put a new rhythm into place. But the sixth step that I want you to really harness and embrace right here, right now, is that you can spend guilt-free. That's step number 6 to having financial success. Giving yourself money. There's a huge manifestation movement out there in the world of money, and this plays a role in that manifestation. You want to attract the money, but you also want to trust that you know what to do with it. And when you can spend guilt-free and not beat yourself up over the choices that you're making because you have money in a spending account, that opens up the flow of abundance, because you can trust that you can spend that money and know also that you're going to have money in your account for bills. So you're going to have a main account that's always going to have money in it. You're going to put more the money that you have to spend in your spending account, and you're not going to feel bad about spending it. This is a total rewire from budgeting, because budgeting teaches you that you should feel bad if you break the budget. Or you're out in the world talking about, I'm on a budget, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, now you're giving yourself the green light to spend guilt-free. And that is a game changer when it comes to transforming your relationship with money and actually having financial success. So once you can stop beating yourself up over spending, finally, you can learn how to save. That's the 7th step. But you've got to go through all of these steps in this order to be able to establish a new trusting relationship with your money, so that you can feel confident in the choices that you're making, so that you know you have enough money to live the lifestyle that it is that you want to live. And once you have a handle on your spending, then you can start to save a little bit, because you actually know how to control your spending for your lifestyle. And that in and of itself is going to set you up for financial success for the rest of your life. So let me recap these 7 steps today. This isn't the entire conversation, of course, that I have with my clients, but it really does set you up in a nice framework for you to feel like you have control, so that you can have the confidence and the trust that you need to be able to build on this foundation. So step number 1, know what you make, spend, and keep. Step number 2, audit your finances, what's left after bills. That's important, but first you have to know what your bills really are, and that's the 2nd step. 3rd, track back 90 days. Once you see a clearer picture in 90 days, and you would just do it month after month. I actually have worksheets for these in my Stop Budgeting class, where I have a 90-day tracker. You go back the last 90 days and you look at where your money really went. How much do you spend on groceries? How much do you spend on transportation? How much do you spend on stupid shit? Right? And then you get to make decisions about how that money is going to flow moving forward. It's really important that you do that. And of course, I can help you. My team can help you if you want support along the way. 4th, stop budgeting. Once you have this information, you can start moving money into a spending account. You do not have to budget. You need to track your money moving forward, but you don't have to budget every single penny. Simply have an operating account, move money into a spending account, and spend that money guilt-free. Step number 5, tell your cash where to go. Step number 6, start spending guilt-free. Keep tracking your money, get a handle on it. And step 7, then you can start to save. This is the foundation that you need to have financial success. This is the foundation that I teach all of my clients who are now saving and living with freedom. And I know that's what you want. Have the courage today to start following these steps, and you, sooner than you know, will have the financial success that you're looking for.